Hiya friends, good morning. So I told you I was coming to the greenhouse. It's a little cloudy, but that's good. I like a little bit of a cloudy day to do some planting. But look at this. This is just the outside of it. I'm gonna turn the camera around and we're gonna go in and we're gonna see what we can find. So you can see their hanging baskets are 22. Look at the color of that geranium. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. They are absolutely gorgeous. And they also have some beautiful perennials. This is a dwarf butterfly bush. Look at that. It's already got some blooms coming out on it. They are really beautiful. And I'm not sure, let's see if it says, I don't see a price. I don't see a price on that one, we'll have to see. Full sun, petite shrub, blooms in the summer and fall. Yeah, that's a really pretty one. 2 feet tall and wide. So that's not too big. That is legitimately a dwarf butterfly bush. That's going to stay nice and compact. I bet that's beautiful, but they've got several of them. Look how pretty they are. They're so healthy. Lots of vegetables. They've got cauliflower and broccoli. Look at all of those. Ooh, if you were planting a big garden, this would be the place to come to get your plants. Some cabbage, lettuces. Isn't that beautiful? Look at this. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. That would make an absolutely delicious salad. And look at that color. Wow, that is a royal purple. All right, guys, this is where the real beauty is starting to happen. Look at this greenhouse. I absolutely love, love, love this place. I look forward to this all year long. Look at that basket. Catherine, how much are these with the? $38.50. Okay, $38.50, guys, is how much these are. And that's a basket you can reuse over and over every year. That is absolutely gorgeous. Wow, look at those petunias. Oh, and I love it because they've got the proven winner here also. And you guys know proven winner is like the plant. They grow the best, they're the healthiest. Look at these, I love these. These are called Prince Tut. These are really great to put like in the center of your pots to kind of come up and have some impact before you plant the other stuff around it. So those are $5.50. And that's a, look how big that pot is for $5.50, you guys. If you are anywhere close in southern Indiana, you've got to come check this place out. There's some more proven winners. These are some combo packs. Looks like they've got some, I think that's a verbena. Let me make sure I'm saying the right thing. Proven winners, Whirlwind Blue. I thought it was called for Superbena is what these are called. Superbena Amethyst. Yeah, Superbena. Man, those are pretty. And then this one, these do not look like they are high impact right now in these little pots. But let me just tell you, this is called Vermillionaire, and it is a hummingbird's dream. So if you're trying to stay natural and you don't want to put out hummingbird like sugar water and you want to keep things natural, this plant right here, the hummingbirds cannot resist it. The color, the shape of the bloom, they are all over it. I plant a ton of this every year because the hummingbirds are just crazy for it. I never put out sugar water for my hummingbirds. I only plant flowers that they're going to love, and this is definitely one that they love. So that will be going home with me today, for sure. Look at all of that color, you guys. Look at all of that color. Oh my gosh. I could just stay in here all day. This is another plant that I love to plant in my annual pots. This right here. It's a lemon coral sedum, and it just bushes and grows and climbs down the side of pots. It is a beautiful high impact, no blooms, but if you plant this together with some really bright colored flowers, oh, you guys, this chartreuse green, I'm probably not saying that right. It's like a lime green or chartreuse, I think they call it. It is amazing in your annual pots. So that will be going home with me today too. Okay, so this is a pot, so you can see, look at how ginormous this is. It's $50 for the whole thing. This is that Prince Tut that I was telling you about. See how she's put it in the center and then she's planted all of this around it. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, and those begonias. And I'm telling you, these plants will just get bigger and bigger and bigger. Look at that beautiful sweet potato vine. This one's only 40. It's a little smaller. It's a plastic pot. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, look at the color of that. I'm just in heaven. Okay, look at this pot with the vermilion air. See here? See that vermilion air? And then these petunias. Oh, the hummingbirds would be all over this. And the butterflies and the bees also. They love that vermilion air. That's a really pretty pot too. Look at that. That's a really, these are all plastic, but it's got that wood look to it. And it's kind of a rectangle pot. And that one is $56.75. These are great Mother's Day gifts, you guys. Look how pretty these are. Get that cocoa liner in there. And this one is prettier than the other. That's only $32, this pot right here. Absolutely gorgeous. So these little 5-inch annuals here, they're $3.75. You buy 10 or more and they're $3.50 each. And look at how healthy that is. Look at the blooms on that. Oh, that is just gorgeous. Here's some more beautiful hanging baskets. These are 22 also. So you've got a sweet potato vine here, and then this gorgeous, look at the color on that petunia. Oh my goodness. That's about as burgundy gets right there. And then on this side, look at that beautiful purple and gold. The school colors here locally are purple and gold. These would be really pretty to have at the school, or for somebody that was maybe a graduating senior parent. That would be kind of cool to have those. Look at the color on that petunia. You guys, oh my goodness. And then again, just look at the color through there. What a picture that is. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that fuchsia geranium and those red ones. That's what I'm coming for. I'm coming for those red geraniums. I love those. All right, let's keep walking around. We'll see what we can find. All right, this is a beautiful patio pot. Look how beautiful that pot is. And again, I'm pretty sure, yep, that's a plastic pot, but it looks like stone. And that one is $60.75. Got that beautiful sweet potato vine, and you've got this really pretty viney plant here that's growing up on this little trellis. Isn't that gorgeous? Man, here's a couple more over here. They've got a matching set if somebody needed to have a pair of them on either side of your door, maybe coming into your house. Man, that's beautiful. Look at these, you guys. I love this. They get these old, this is an old, oh my goodness, enamel, like metal pot or bowl, and then they plant them up. They've got little succulents in this one. And this is an ice plant. This will actually come back every year. This is a perennial. Really, really sweet. Look at that. And I love it that they always put all of the little tags in there so you know what's in there and how to care for it. So that little bowl is $27.50, and it's not little. That's a pretty big sized bowl right there. I bet that's every bit of 16 inches wide, maybe. And then look at this little wheelbarrow. Look at that, you guys. This little planter hanging thing here, that's really pretty. Wow, that's beautiful. They've got the little succulents in there. That would be so pretty hanging on a front porch. That's really cute. And I'll show you, they've got this little watering can, that bright yellow with that pink. There's an old watering can. Oh, look at these birds, you guys. Oh my goodness, let's see how much that is. $16.50 for that little bird. And they've got some little succulents in there. Oh my word. There's another one back there. Oh, that is so pretty. That's beautiful. Got a little Gerber daisy in there. That one's $18.50 for that little pot right there. And you've got these little baby ones, $6.75 for that. How cute is that? Look at this one. It's an old tea kettle. Oh yeah, okay. I see now. So this is an old tea kettle, and they have filled the spout with this beautiful silver lace vine. And then they've got impatiens, so this is definitely a shady. This one would be for a shade spot because of the impatiens. They like a lot of shade. But isn't that beautiful? $16.75 for that one. I love that. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful these are. Oh, this one's cute too. Look at that little teapot. Now that's a metal one with the enamel. $10.50. That is so cute, and they've got some little succulents in there. These are just absolutely beautiful. Oh, look at the little fairy gardens. Oh, how cute, you guys. I am loving that little bird. I am loving that little bird. That is the cutest thing. My goodness. I think that might have to go home with me. That might just have to go home with me. I had to show you guys this one. All right, the camera is not doing it justice. The color of this, it's almost black. It's so deep purple, you guys. It looks burgundy on the camera here, but it is not. It is a deep, deep purple, almost black. And then you've got those little white pieces on the center. Is that not gorgeous? You guys know honeybees and bumblebees, they love the petunias. But look at that color. Yeah, there you go. My goodness, that's gorgeous. All right, guys, I wanted to show you this. Now, this is an annual Lobularia, and it's called Stream White. Well, it would help if I showed you the tag. Lobularia, sun to part shade. But let me just tell you, this stuff is amazing, and it smells like honey. It has the sweetest smell. So if you're gonna pot up a nice, pot to put on your front porch or something, that is one of your filler plants you want, because it is going to smell delicious the whole time you're sitting out there on your porch, I promise. She's got some pretty eucalyptus here too. Look at that. And this little guy, I'm not sure what this is. This is different. Oh, here we go. This one has a tag. Let's see. Wormwood. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. It's called wormwood. It says it's full sun. That is a really pretty little plant. 24 inches tall. So you'd have to put that in the center of a pot if you're gonna do that. Spacing them 36 inches apart. A real standout in the landscape, it says. Grown for the foliage. Look at that. Tolerates hot, dry conditions. Plant in ordinary, well-drained soil. That sounds like my kind of plant right there. That means you won't have to water it very often. Yeah, that would be really pretty in the center of a pot. And of course, then you've got your little fancy fillers. This is called Artemisia. Full sun, it says. That's kind of nice too. Tolerates hot, dry conditions. Best in fertile, well-drained soil. 6 to 10 inches tall. That would be a really cute little filler plant, or maybe one that would be on the edge of a pot to kind of come over the edge a little bit. I love that frosty kind of silver look to it. That's a really pretty color. And then of course the silver falls, look at that. The silver falls, that's a really great falling vining plant. So if you're gonna have a hanging basket, this is beautiful to put in a hanging basket. Look at that color. All right, friends, this is my favorite annual ever. This is absolutely the annual. If you want something that's gonna bloom constantly, you're not gonna have to deadhead it, and it will bloom right up until the freeze. Absolutely my favorite. It's called lantana, and it comes in so many different colors. Look at this beautiful lavender and yellow. And then you've got that really beautiful vibrant gold yellow. And then you've got this one that's got the red with a little bit of orange and yellow. I'm telling you, if you guys need an annual in a pot or an annual in the ground, that is the annual to do. And they also have it in a trailing lantana. So this one is vining, and you can see how long. This is beautiful to put in a hanging basket, the trailing lantana. And again, blooms all season long. You never have to deadhead it, and it will bloom right up until the freeze in October. In my part of the world anyway. Look at how pretty this one is. Look at that color. That's called Bandolero Lychee, that color. Look at this one. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, lantana comes home with me every year. This one is Bandolista Mango. Look at the color on that, you guys. Oh, it's amazing. They're all amazing. Hot-blooded red is what this one's called. Look at that color. Yeah. Oh, and here's a white. Look how beautiful the white with the yellow inside of it. That one is, let's see, what color is that one? Ooh, that was called coconut.
I'm gonna have
It's a coconut color. Oh, it's so pretty. Yeah, I hope you guys get some lantana. You will not be disappointed, I promise. And these are $3.75 each for the lantanas. And that's a good sized pot for $3.75. And if you get 10 or more, they're $3.50 each. All right, now this is a great perennial, you guys. This is called Russian sage. Look at that beautiful lavender. It almost reminds me of lavender, but it's not. It's a Russian sage, and it's got that gorgeous, small, dainty lavender bloom, and it comes back every year, and it gets bigger every year. It's a really nice little bushy type plant. Let's see what this says on here, if it gives us, yeah, so 12 to 18 inches tall, and you need to space them 20 to 30 inches wide. So that tells you about how wide it gets, almost 3 feet wide. And it is gorgeous. And the bees and the bumblebees and the honeybees, oh, they absolutely love it. Now she does have some lavender here too. This is some English lavender. Look at that, it's called Blue Spear. Those are just about to pop open. Isn't that gorgeous? Those are beautiful and healthy too. And then she's got some black-eyed Susans here. These are all perennials. And then we've got some coneflowers. Some it's called mellow yellow cornflower or coneflower. Isn't that beautiful? And then you've got the traditional coneflowers, powwow wild berry, and some rudbeckia coral bells. It's called. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that beautiful plant. There's the little blooms in the spring. Carnival Burgundy Blast. Now, you guys know you plant this more for the foliage than you do for the bloom, but it is really beautiful. 10 to 12 inches tall, 14 to 16 inches wide. Really, really pretty. And then we're going to go on down a little bit here. There's a little bit more coneflower. And then this one is a coral bell also, but just a different variety. And look at how big and beautiful these are. Oh my goodness, that is, oh, that's what I thought it was, foxglove. That is a foxglove called Foxy Dwarf. Isn't that beautiful? Let's see what this one says. 36 inches tall and 18 inches wide. Now the thing to remember about foxglove is they're biannual. So when you plant them, they're gonna bloom every other year. So don't be afraid, because if it doesn't come up the second year, you'll know why. It's because it's a biannual. So that's something good to remember. All these little grassy plants are pretty too. And then look at all of this color, you guys. All of these different petunias. Oh, and look at that yellow. That always reminds me of Haya. That was her favorite color. She loved that gorgeous lemony yellow. Isn't that beautiful? The super petunias are the best if you want to have yeah, this is a super petunia here. Look at that, really red it's called. These are the best ones if you want to have petunias that you don't have to deadhead all the time. These kind of take care of that themselves. Let's see, what's this yellow one called? Saffron Finch. That is gorgeous. And these are all proven winter. Look at all of those colors. Look at that view. Isn't that beautiful? What a picture that is. All right, friends, this is what I'm going home with. It's a full cart, and I'll show it to you more spread out when we get back to my house. But that's what's going home with me today. And I'll come back for the lantana when I'm sure that we're not going to get any freezes. All of this stuff will be on the porch, so I don't have to worry about it being out in the weather. All right, let's go get this paid for. Okay, friends, this is what I came home with. So I've got 6 of these little sea salt artemisia. I think those are going to be really cute for a little filler in my pots. Came home with 3 of these beautiful salvias. Let's see if we can see what that says. Bodacious Smoky Jazz. Bodacious Smoky Jazz, and they are full sun. And just look at the color on that. Isn't that gorgeous? And then I came home with 3 of these. Now, if you guys have issue with mosquitoes around your house, this is a great plant to have. Buzz Off Mosquito Repelling Citronella. So it's kind of like a hybrid geranium, they call it, but it doesn't really bloom. It's a scented geranium, and it's got a citronella smell. So if you have mosquitoes, this is really good. And it is hardy to a zone 10. So it's not hardy where I'm at. I'm in a zone 6. But if you're in a zone 10, you could plant this and it would come back every year for you. So I got 3 of those to put in a pot right up here by my porch. And then I got some of this absolutely amazing lemon coral sedum. You guys know, I told you when I filmed earlier, that is one of my absolute favorite plants. And then I got some geraniums to put in my pots. And then I got a couple of these vermillionaire. Look at that beautiful color on there. That's why the hummingbirds love it. Oh, gorgeous. I got 3 of those. And then I got several of these little succulents. I got 5 different little succulents to put in my pots. And I'll show you where I'm going to put those succulents. So I have this cute little toolbox that all of that comes back every year. And you can see there's a little bit back there. So I'm going to plant some more in there. And look at this cute little thing. Miss Pam sent that to me. It spins in the wind and has little honeybees on it. So these spin around. Isn't that beautiful? I love it so much. I put that in my little toolbox here with my little snail that I got from Metal and Manna. And I will tag her. If you guys aren't following her, you should. She's really sweet. Her name is Anne. And you can see my little daffodils are starting to turn yellow. Won't be too long. I'll be cutting those back. All right, these are my 3 pots. I'm going to dump all that dirt out and put fresh dirt in there for this year. So those 3 pots are going to go along that wing wall. And then this pot right here, I'm going to dump the dirt out. I usually fill my pots with fresh dirt about every 3 years. So this is the 3rd year. So I'm going to dump all this dirt out. I'll put it in my compost pile and it'll get fresh dirt. And this is where I'm going to plant the citronella plants. And then I'll show you what I did. I have to clean this table off. I still need to wipe it down, but let me show you where I put my little bird. Is that not the cutest little thing? It had to come home with me with that little succulent in there and this little watering can. Isn't that beautiful? I love that watering can. And I love how she put just that little piece of the silver lace vine in there. I call that silver lace vine. I'm not sure if that's what everybody else calls it, but I think it's really sweet. They stuck just a little piece in there. So, and then these things I'm going to clean off and purge and tidy up, and then all of that will go back on this table. This little box right here, I'm going to fill that with lantana. So I'm going to go back and get some lantana, probably Mother's Day weekend. You can see I've got one little succulent in there that comes back every year. And I may move that. I might move that to a different spot. So, all right, that's it. I got my work cut out for me this afternoon. And once I get them all done, I will come back and show you guys. Stay tuned.